So Elon Musk is trying to fight Mark Zuckerberg, and both of them have been using their own platforms. You know, Mark Zuckerberg on Threads, Elon Musk on Twitter, now X, and they've been using their platforms to challenge each other, shit on each other, insult each other, both of them claiming that the other person's backing out of the fight. Elon challenged Musk to a fight in the Roman Colosseum, and now he's threatening to dox Zuckerberg and do a live stream on X, going to his house and assaulting him.
Yeah, which is just absolutely insane. Like, what? How did this even start? We have to go from the beginning because this is just too crazy not to just go back.
We got to explain all this. So this all starts a few months ago. Obviously, Elon Musk is the owner of Twitter, now X, and Mark Zuckerberg has started a third social media app. You know, he's from Meta. They own Facebook. They own Instagram. Now they own Threads, which is an alternative to Twitter, right? And Musk wasn't too pleased when this got announced. And according to this headline, Elon Musk's Twitter threatens to sue Meta over Threads, alleging Meta hired dozens of Twitter employees to launch copycat app. Meta disputes this claim.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, he was pretty pissed about it. He was tweeting about it multiple times. Basically also trying to dunk on Zuck. I mean, we have some tweets here where he was dunking on Zuck for the people that he was going to bring onto the platform.
Yikes. Yes. So, yeah. You know, we did a video on the Dalai Lama like a while ago.
Yeah.
Be sure to check that one out. But Facebook owner to push ahead with plans to launch Twitter rival, Meta targeting Oprah Winfrey, who has also been involved in some, you know, she has some shady connections, you know, as well as the Dalai Lama as potential users of sanely run social networking platform. The Dalai Lama, who was, you know, how do I even describe it? Like sucking the tongues of like little boys.
I mean, it was the most disgusting controversy. Before we recorded that video, we sat down, we were like, this just feels disgusting to talk about. But yeah, I mean, it's super popular. And we have to cover something that's this fucking disgusting because it has to get out there. But I mean, Jesus Christ, man, it was terrible. He was kissing him and fucking telling him he's a good boy and all this kind of weird, crazy shit. So Elon coined a new name.
Zuck my tongue. That's what he said right there. So he's been taking all the, and anyone that follows or knows about Elon Musk knows how petty he is. You know, he will absolutely, he's not going to shy away from looking unprofessional at all on his platform. So he was shitting on Zuckerberg, especially ever since Threads came out. Here's somebody pointing out, wow, Twitter killer down 81%. Here's ALX saying, that other app seems to be doing great. Elon Musk says Zuck himself barely uses his own app.
Damn.
And then here's another tweet, you know, Meta to release Twitter rival called Threads. Elon says, I'm sure Earth can't wait to be exclusively under Zuck's thumb with no other options. At least it will be sane. Was worried there for a moment. So then somebody responds and says, better be careful, Elon Musk. I heard he does jujitsu now.
And then a bunch of laughing and cat emojis. And then this is where it started. I think this is where the idea of them fighting started because Elon immediately replied to this random Twitter nobody. I'm up for a cage match if he is. Lol.
Which is crazy. This was like, what the fuck? Why would he respond to this person like actually down to fight? What's happening here? But then Zuckerberg took it seriously and actually responded to it. He said, shouldn't we be using a more reliable platform that can actually raise money for charity? Pointing out how Musk said, the Zuck versus Musk fight will be live streamed on X. All proceeds will go to charity for veterans.
Yeah, so like Elon was making like vague tweets about it, and then he started making like serious tweets like this is going to happen. And so he said this publicly. Zuck, they're fighting back and forth on their own platform. Zuck is saying something on Threads. Elon's saying something on Twitter, and they're just like...
it just keeps going back and forth. And this is from like a week ago. Here is Elon saying, I'm lifting weights throughout the day, preparing for the fight. Don't have time to work out, so I just bring them to work. Zuck says, I'm ready today. I suggested August 26 when he first challenged, but he hasn't confirmed. Not holding my breath. I love this sport and will continue competing with people who train no matter what happens here.
Wow. I mean, honestly, I'm not, it's kind of surprising to me to see seeing Zuckerberg of all people just being like, I'm ready to fight now. Because I've always seen this guy.
I didn't know that he was a fighter.
Yeah, I've always seen this guy as just like little nerdy, like loser boy or whatever, which is fine. I mean, whatever. But I didn't see him as jujitsu, like boxing beast, but apparently he is. He's been training about this like in this sport for years now.
So yeah, here you can see like him fighting, and I mean, yeah, he has done this before. This video is like 3 months old. He's apparently he just does this in his spare time. He's serious about training, and you know the other thing about Mark Zuckerberg is people have always pointed out how robotic and strange he looks or whatever, right? But this is the most human he's appeared to look in like his entire life.
Yeah, no, I've always thought he like looks like an AI, but he's actually kicking this guy's ass. I mean, he has him pinned down to the ground. down.
What the fuck is this? And the other thing is if you compare their weight stats, I'll pull it up.
But it's really funny if you just search Elon Musk weight, Google just automatically has exactly what you're looking for, which is the comparison of them.
Right.
Just ready to go on the front page.
But these are not evenly matched individuals at all. I mean, look, like Musk has, a significant height advantage. Zuckerberg, they have different weights, so they'd have to probably meet at like, what, 170 or something like that, right?
Yeah, like gain 15, lose 15 type deal.
Yeah, their age difference, it's not the worst age difference, but it is, significant, right? And then I like how it compares their net worth right at the bottom.
Yeah, he's worth twice as much as you, bitch.
Yeah. So, would this be a valid fight? Like, if this actually were to happen?
In any other case, absolutely not. But in this case, yes. Especially because there's rumors going around that it was going to happen in the
Roman Colosseum? Yeah, let me pull that one up. Italy invites Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg to fight in the Colosseum in Rome. Now, the funny thing about this concept, right, is like billionaires nowadays are pretty much like as powerful, if not more powerful, than world leaders, right? Yeah. They have so much influence. So seeing these two guys fight in the ring for sport would be like if you lived like 2,000 years ago when the Colosseum was first built and you're watching like Julius Caesar and Hannibal the Great like duking it out, but for fun
but
in the ring.
Fists and just beating each other.
Yeah, it would just be the most insane event of your life. But this is what they're proposing, and I would go to this easily.
I would give up everything to watch this happen because
this would be crazy.
This would be the fight of a lifetime. And like you said, these are two extremely influential people. They both control platforms which people interact on, like upon millions and millions and millions of interactions, impressions, views. They are extremely wealthy and influential people. So this would just be absolutely fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it would be. I just don't even know what to even think. When I first heard about this, I thought it was like a giant meme. There's no way, but nope. This is actually all like real, and you can see them continuing to duke it out. Here, Elon says just 4 days ago, the fight will be managed by my and Zuck's foundation, not UFC. Live stream will be on this platform and Meta. Everything in camera frame will be ancient Rome, so nothing modern at all. What the fuck does that mean?
So the whole background is just gonna look like an ancient Roman Colosseum, and they're just duking it out. People are gonna make like slow-mo edits of it.
I'm down for it. I support the theme there.
Yeah.
I spoke to the Prime Minister of Italy and the Minister of Culture. They have agreed on an epic location.
Wow.
Everything done will pay respect to the past and present of Italy, and all proceeds go to veterans and pediatric hospitals in Italy. Like the whole like wording of this event just sounds like
it sounds too good to be true. That's what makes me like, it just sounds so insanely cool, but I don't think it's going to be real. Because this is another thing that you mentioned earlier. Both of them have just been dissing on each other, that they're both backing out. Like here's Zuck now. He's saying, I love this sport and I've been ready to fight the day since Elon challenged me. If he ever agrees on an actual date, you'll hear it from me. Until then, please assume anything he says has not been agreed on. I'm not holding my breath for Elon, but I'll share details of my next fight when I'm ready. When I compete, I want to do it in a way that puts a spotlight on the elite athletes at the top of the game. You do that by working with professional orgs like the UFC or ONE to pull this off well and create a great card. So they're already beefing about like the UFC being involved because Zuck is like, you need to use the UFC to like make this like worth it. And Elon's like, it's not going to be the UFC. It's going to be me and my company and yours.
Right.
So that's already an instant disagreement. So that's like a bit of a problem here.
And then he goes on to talk about this, right? He says, I think we can all agree Elon isn't serious and it's time to move on. I offered a real date. Dana White offered to make this a legit competition for charity. Elon won't confirm a date, then says he needs surgery and now asks to do a practice round in my backyard instead. If Elon ever gets serious about a real date and an official event, he knows how to reach me. Otherwise, time to move on. I'm going to focus on competing with people who take the sport seriously.
Yeah, and this is the thing though, is I don't know if Zuck is too try hard here, because at some points, obviously this fight was not going to be serious.
Right.
And Elon is not a super physically fit, active guy. I mean, everyone's seen the photos of him like shirtless and stuff. He's not made for
the one
fighting.
Kanye tweeted out?
Yeah, the one Kanye tweeted out. I don't think he's built for fighting. I don't think he practices fighting. Zuck, by a long shot, would stomp him out. But, I mean, it would still be entertaining, and just showing up to the event for fun is whatever. So Zuck is taking this like super seriously, but also he's like setting a date. I mean, he originally said August 26th. I mean, that's, like I said, the only way Elon actually stands a chance at fighting and beating Zuck is if he has like 2 years to train.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is just, I mean, I don't think that's going to happen. So realistically, it should just be done right away. But Elon is maybe being weird about it. But he got even weirder after this tweet.
Yeah, so, people are pointing out, news, Zuck responds to Elon. Elon's response was, if Zuck my tongue really wants a lesson in why there are weight categories in fighting so bad, I could just head over to his house next week and teach him a lesson he won't forget soon. So this is Elon threatening to dox Zuckerberg, show up to his house, and physically assault him possibly.
Which is
what the fuck are we talking about here now?
My mind is blown at this because the thing is I would think this is just something to promote it if both of them were doing it. But as I was just saying, like Zuck is like taking it really try hard and serious, and Elon's just like, I'm gonna show up to your house and beat your ass, bitch. Like,
whoa.
What is happening?
That's kind of nuts. Otherwise, we will do it as soon as the arena in Italy is ready, or we could do both and consider it next week just a practice session.
Yeah, which I mean, that would also be fine too if you want to do something next week, and then the Italy and Rome thing is like a year from now or something. I mean, I don't see why that would be something bad.
Here he tweets just yesterday, for the Tesla FSD test drive in Palo Alto tonight, I will ask the car to drive to Mark Zuckerberg's house.
That's his Twitter at, which is just wow.
We'll also test latest X live stream videos so you can monitor our adventure in real time. What the fuck? If we get lucky and Zuck My Tongue actually answers the door, the fight is on.
What? So as soon as
he's gonna Frank Hassel Mark Zuckerberg and stream it, and also have a live app doxing his location the whole fucking time, which is also crazy because Elon suspended the Elon Jets account, which tracks all of his planes.
Yeah, but then the moment that he's testing live streaming on X, he's like, I'm gonna show up to Mark Zuckerberg's house live on stream
and have it publicly trackable.
Like, yeah, what? And knock on his door, and if Zuck opens the door, I'm beating his ass. The fight is on. He's like, I'm kicking his ass right away.
What even is happening here?
Yeah, and then he goes on to continue dunking on Zuckerberg, saying, Zuck thread coming soon about how he would of course love to fight anytime, but blah blah blah, UFC something. So he's once again just arguing about the UFC involvement, I guess. I don't even know.
And this is his last statement in the matter. Fight recap. I joked on X about fighting Zuck. Zuck then said, send me location. Italy graciously offered a coliseum. Zuck declined. I suggested his home as a safe place. Tragically, he was traveling. Is there anywhere he will fight?
Holy shit. So Zuck's saying that Elon's backing out because he's not serious. Elon's saying that Zuck's backing out because he's a bitch, basically. Is what,
yeah, I don't know what weird simulation. You know, the writers up top that control everything, you know, they're good comedians.
Yeah.
I do have to admit that. So whatever weird simulation is going on for our entertainment so that we can mindlessly be obsessed with this and while we forget about the real problems in the world, you know what? I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Let's go for it. I will sit down and watch everything that happens going forward.
Yeah, I will soy out and eat popcorn while I'm doing it. Just forget about the real world.
Exactly.